Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to talk about Mattel revealing their upcoming Mattel Creations exclusives. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my good friend John. John, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing well for this Sunday, busy weekend in this household. Like the first podcast I made 18 years ago, we do this yearly meetup thing, and so it happened this weekend. And busy, but still, the toys come first. And happy to be here talking toys tonight with you, my friend. And everybody in the chat as well. It is hopping as always. There's a Canadian holiday tomorrow, so whatever that holiday is, happy that. So Canadian friends can let us know. All I know is like my work week got messed up because we have a Canadian office, and the day off is kind of wrecking my schedule. But happy holiday to our Canadian friends. Let's see, where is 9 o'clock? I want to start with those chats. We got Derek Hoover is here, Overman, Smoke Tam, Matt Bush with a $10 super chat just to start things off. MOTU Talk Good. Hearing Sue crack the case and made a scissor rest would be better. Did Susan crack the case?
Not yet.
Okay, soon. The yet is the key there because she's gonna be like, just wait. Pride of Grayskull is here. Robert Begum, Robert Monty, Monsters from Beyond, Make Mine Marvel, Scott, Brian Brink, Hoova again, Neil Hunter, Hyde, Randall, the aforementioned Susan LaBelle, Andy Silva, Allison Troy, Helder Santos, Soundwave 810, Thanos Copter, Battle Armor Dad, Toy Connections is here. Pride of Grayskull, Alias Angel Alias, a lot more. Quip is here. Cobweb is here. Toy Geekosaurus in the house. Hecho in East Los Angeles. Maybe I don't know. That's where it's going. Frankie Rivera, J Rod, Macanita Silver, Dora Laxian is here. Yak Face in the house. If it's the Yak Face,
is it the Yak Face? We need to know.
The legend of legends in the toy world. Jamal's Toys is here. What's up, party people? SA is here. Mass Chop Lee, Carlos Orozco, Adam Hamlet, Cougar McGillicuddy. That's a cool ass name. Toy Wander is here. Mike Hext in the house, and so many more. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. And yeah, D4L for life. I love that. All right, John. It has been a weird week of MOTU news.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our lead topic tonight. These toy announcements. And it's the first, at least to my knowledge, the first time Mattel almost got in the leaking game to a certain extent, where they were like, they're calling their shot before there's like pictures and stuff to check out. And this channel is in the Mattel
info world.
Yeah, whatever you'd call it. Some people say we're shills, which is fine, whatever. But it's actually just, we're brought in to share news and stuff like that. And so it was weird. Got an email on Friday from the Mattel team saying, hey, we got some exciting news to share. And they share it, right? The three figures. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. I assume, because the things they've had before are like, okay, this is stuff that's coming up. This is your embargo date. Feel free to share on this date. But there was none of that in there. And I was like, am I supposed to wait for pictures or something? Or like, what's the deal? And so I reply back to the person and I was like, is there like an embargo? Like, can I say this? Or is this like top secret? Can I not share this yet? And they were like, no, go ahead, share. And I'm like, Okay. Is this a trick? I don't want to be the one that leaks this, but
Right.
if you're giving me permission, I'm gonna share it. No, they're like, yeah, no, it's great. So anyway, the news went out. So everybody that's in that program, it was posted a bunch of different places, not just on our geekdadlife.com. But what that letter said from the Mattel team were that we were going to get a Masterverse new Eternia Vykron and an Origins Fang-or, and for the first time ever in figure form, Origins Lady Slither. John, what was your thoughts on this news?
I'm pretty excited for Vykron. I love that classics pack with the ridiculous tank head figure. That is probably the wackiest idea in all of MOTU history. like the military getup on a barbarian
it's
is
so
just
silly.
It's so far out there. And the obvious ripoff of Boba Fett's helmet.
Oh, it's clearly. They'll never admit it. And at least the classics one changed it up a bit from this prototype.
I'm looking at the classics Vykron is one of the few I have left. I'm looking at it. I should have grabbed it. It's right there. It's not as cleaned up as you think. Looking at it, it's a bit. It doesn't even look like that. It looks more Mando than what's in that photo.
I mean, do you want to go grab it real quick, and then we'll just
I can grab it
and tell. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I will say this is a Comic-Con exclusive. I got this set. I was one that kind of groaned a bit because I'm like, this tank is so stupid and the space dude is so stupid. But I did like the more barbarian style figure. But I don't remember it being more Boba Fett than the prototype. But John, you're saying it is. Hold on, let me go full screen for you here. You know what? That is a bit more. It's a little tighter.
Yeah, I mean, throw his rangefinder on there, and it's really mostly because we've seen so many different Mando helmets now. You know, in the Mandalorian, between the heavy gunner and everybody, and the armorer, and it's like if they did this in He-Man scale, or they are doing this in Origin scale.
Yeah.
How many people that don't understand the sort of story of this and the lineage are just going to be like, oh, they're just ripping off Star Wars now. Like, what's going on?
Well, this is a good point. Who put it out here? Let's make sure. Okay. Comics says, wow, Mattel really thinks they can get away with murder now that they have teamed up with Hasbro. Maybe that's it. You know, they've done this partnership deal where they can cross license, even though I think it's just for like Hot Wheels and board games and crap like that so far. But yeah, if it is to where they can do Boba Fett. I mean, it's tough enough paying Boba Fett tax for Hasbro figures, but now I got to pay Boba Fett tax on MOTU figures. When's it gonna stop?
And they're gonna pay TMNT tax on MOTU figures. Mattel is the girl that's just having parties with everyone.
Oh my god. Well, to me, I think it's a fun figure. It was never my favorite release, even as a Comic-Con release. It's an appropriate one because Comic-Cons where you do like the weird stuff, or you go for these, out of the normal release cycle kind of figures. So it made sense as a Comic-Con exclusive. And that's why I think this makes sense as a Mattel Creations exclusive Masterverse figure. It's new Eternia, which is great as well. What's also great is also a new GDL family member. So let's say, give a hearty welcome to Ozzy Bogan Collector. You have family.
I got family.
With the GDL family. Welcome. But John, so with new Eternia, and just posted up a review on this site, the first like major toy company sent in a figure to review on this channel. And so the new Eternia armor on the Whiplash is freaking cool. You can check out that video on the channel if you haven't yet, maybe after this show. So what do you want them to change it up a lot, or do you want them to still stick to, the prototypes that were essentially almost, word for word recreated in the classics form, or do you want them to do something different?
No, I want this all over again, but Masterverse scale.
Okay.
This is exactly how I want it. If they could do it where everything is the same function, like, you know, like the head, right? Oh
Mm-hmm.
shoot, the whole thing just came off. I tried to do it so the okay, so like the head, the top
Yeah.
just has it's like keyed for the
Yep.
helmet,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can put that the thing that looks like a pawn or whatever on the barbarian version. So like I don't want like two alternate heads. I just want the head that's like
Yeah.
separately keyed for the matching helmet. Like I want it to be just the same. So like if you actually just like, take all of his stuff off,
Mm-hmm.
it could just be like a generic character where he's wearing the fuzzy boots
Yes.
and
You have a generic buck, essentially.
right, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Matt Hatter's here. I don't know if you saw a nostalgia unbox impression of Mad Hatter. It's hilarious.
No, I didn't.
Check it out. I think Hatter posted on his Instagram as well, but definitely check it out. I want to get on this action. So whatever beefs, I want beefs with Mad Hatter. Let's just keep the beefs rolling. Let the beef times roll, as the cars say. It's really funny. But yeah, to me, one of the great things about this figure is they did the helmeted head, and it's still a pretty decent, head on the inside for the Whiplash, for lack of a better word. Whereas, sometimes if you have a really nice helmet, the head's undersized. So I think they could pull it off really well.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing after watching your video about that, the one thing I am disappointed is the squatty knees.
Ugh.
Like he cannot stand straight.
Okay,
that is
can't do it. Yeah, it's again I think I said it in the review, for a figure that could have been the best in the land, just came up a bit short. Still a great figure though.
Yep.
GDL needs to host a civil debate. Is that our next debate? Hatter versus Toy Connections.
Oh, little Canada versus the US.
Ooh, little USA versus Canada. Ooh.
We'll have to do both anthems, of course.
You have to play both anthems. Yeah. It's like whenever the Toronto Blue Jays play your team, you got to do both anthems.
We should have each of them sing the opposite anthem, because we know Hatter has a voice.
Hatter does have a voice for YouTube or whatever that means. Yes. Winner takes goal. Yeah, Nick, USA. Oh man, now Dole's getting in on the beef action. Toy Connections does not represent Maple Leaf.
That is some shade.
Oh man, people are punchy tonight. Something's in the water. I don't know.
Must be that Canadian holiday tomorrow.
I guess what did it? People probably said in the chat, and I missed it, but whatever the holiday is, I hope it's a good one for our Canadian friends. I'm
walking over.
That's the thing, is like Ken and Dole like live across the street from each other, essentially.
Maple beef.
Maple beef.
This is off the rails like After Dark.
Oh, this is a good point. Dole is a notorious gatekeeper. Gatekeeping Canada by Dole. Anyway, yeah, I'm here for it. So just let me know, Mad Hatter, Toy Connections, if we need to have we'll host a friendly debate. And if we need to throw in Nostalgia Unboxed as well, like if we just need to have a throwdown or something, happy to host. We have experience in hosting debates on this channel. All right. So Toraxin just made my list. We see the gif of what's it from what is it, Billy Madison?
Is it Billy Madison?
I don't know.
I always get that in Happy Gilmore.
I do. I'm just like, is it Happy Madison, Billy, whatever? Anyway, just writing the name of this. Anywho, okay. Fire spray though. Triple threat debate. Yeah, maybe maybe we need all three, you know, like a three-way or something. Anyways, yeah, YHS needs to be involved for sure. All right. Billy Madison, that's it. Okay. So, John, you're saying you want to stick to, but here's my thing is this set already exists. So I maybe do something a bit different, but you're saying keep to it because there's still enough of an angle to do this in Masterverse and still have it be a set you want to buy.
Right. Yep. Only because, I mean, the buck is they're so much different. Like,
yeah,
they are similar figures, like where some figures in classics match well with Masterverse and vice versa. Like, you know, Shadow Weaver, perfect addition to the classics line from Masterverse. If you don't want to drop that kind of money for a classics Shadow Weaver, but this figure I think doesn't fit in well with Masterverse. But if they just kept it all the same on a Masterverse buck, I'm down for that.
Yeah. No, I totally, and I won't be disappointed. And looking back at their press release, I'm pretty sure this is what they intend to do, but we don't know for sure until we see the pictures. But let's look at it again real quick. I know there's some confusion on what release is what, so we'll clarify it right now. The new Eternia Vykron is a Masterverse release. It's not an Origins release. So it'll be announced officially on May 31st. Again, this is what threw me off when they sent this in they had a PDF with all this information. I was like, all right, but you're not announcing it till the 31st. You really want me to share it? Okay. All right. Okay. So May 31st will be the official announcement. Pre-sale date will be June 6th on Mattel Creations. It'll be 7-inch scale, and it comes with 3 separate armor: the Barbarian, Eagle Tank, and the Spaceman. The Barbarian look includes detachable fur, style soft goods cape, so it'll have soft goods as opposed to the more hard plastic of the classics. Armored chest harness, removable head with spiked helmet, and removable leg armor. So it seems like they're doing the sculpted head as opposed to a removable helmet.
Right.
Spaceman will feature a space helmet head and chest and belt armor piece connected by a flexible removable air hose. A flexible removable air hose connects them. Includes swappable wrist armor, orange blaster, and rocket-tipped wing jetpack. And the Eagle Tank comes with chest, wrist, and leg armor pieces, as well as a battle ram accessory. So doesn't say anything about a new head there. So I guess maybe the tank is big enough to plop on somebody else's head.
The most ridiculous thing.
It's so stupid. But you know, it's part of its charm. So June 6th, that'll drop on Mattel Creations. It's kind of 3 figures in one. So I'm guessing it'll probably be in the $40 range, right? Because the regular deluxes on there are like $30. So maybe 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say between 40 and 50 for the Vykron.
Yeah. It's definitely like a deluxe plus in terms of what we've gotten so far in this toy line. Exactly. So the one figure will come with all of these accessories to get 3 different looks. This is so stupid. I love it. Stupid. It's a toy line with a hero named He-Man. That's part of the charm. You just gotta go with it. It's dare to be stupid. You just gotta go with it. Jay says $50 to $55. Monster around $70. Whew. I would feel that's too spendy.
That is too spendy.
For 3-in-1.
Especially when we got a Grayskull for like $70.
Yeah. And Snake Mountain. Because I think if it's like at that $49.99 or just in that range, it allows people, if they want to, if it's because to your point, John, it'll just be a buck, right? It'll just be a good He-Man buck to use. So damn, Pride of Grayskull. My wallet's gonna hate me, but I need 3.
I'd get 2 and wait on one of them.
Yeah.
Mostly because the Darkland Creations exclusive has been a slow burn, and the aftermarket value hasn't really done anything at all.
Yeah.
So I would wait. might be able to get one a little cheaper.
I think that's great advice, John. Because even the original, the classics one, wasn't like one of those Comic-Con exclusives that went for 5 times the amount after the show. I think it was the same, if not less.
I think you can still get a Vykron in the box for around the same price that they were going for in the beginning.
Let's check the Evil Bay. Let's see. Classics Vykron. Let's check that price. Here we go. Here's one for $69. No bids. With
no
28
bids.
minutes remaining. So yeah, let's look at sold real quick. Where are we sold? So even now, you can get it for under $100.
Yep.
Look at that. Sealed in box with 17 bids, $41 plus $20 shipping. So it's that
$61.
$61. $60.99.
Not bad.
Exactly, Hatter. Glad I rushed to buy these. I did too. I had it. I picked it up at Comic-Con. So anyway, so yeah, I think, who knows? Maybe some people want them, it goes quick, but I do feel like, but damn, they haven't dropped the price on the 4-pack, have they? Or did it finally sell out?
Oh, the TV 4-pack?
Yeah.
No, on Creations it's still full price, but
Yeah.
you can get one on eBay for like between $90 and $100.
Yeah.
Just because I think people are regret selling them now for and just trying to get something out of
something
them.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably just return it, I think, but I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. 75 for all 3 figures, but it's not 3 figures. It's $1 that gives you a bunch of different access, same as the classics one almost seemingly. When you go from there. Let's go to the Origins figures. We got Fang-or, which we've been speculating for a while. Designed by Axel Giménez in the classics days. The official announcement for it will be August, so I assume we'll see this at Comic-Con. And the pre-sale date will happen in August of this year. And it'll feature collector-friendly packaging, so that means it'll be in that we can slide out the bubble and it kind of opens up and has extra artwork and stuff like that. So a slightly deluxe figure that'll be $30 or somewhere around there, because that's what those reseal or collector-friendly MOTU Origins packagings have been. And we got this in the Super 7 MOTU Classics days. A really cool figure design, and excited to get it in the Origins line. John, your thoughts?
This is probably one of my favorite like new character designs from like the classics era, like the stuff that like Axel had. He used to always post photos of like one-off figure designs on He-Man.org.
Yeah,
and this is probably my favorite one that he ever did.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping when we get that 3-panel packaging, that there's some explanation of why he has a screwdriver and a hammer as accessories of the Snake Man, and a wrench.
Yeah. Well, I was assuming because he was like the man at arms.
Like he's the man at arms.
Yeah, for the Snake Man.
Right. But they've never had a vehicle before. Like, what's he working on?
Well, they had Snake Mountain, so maybe had to fix stuff. He's their HVAC guy.
Right. When the plumbing goes out, he's got to fix a turlet. He's just under there. His fangs get stuck under the tank.
I mean, you think about a snake's diet, that's got to wreck the plumbing, and I mean, really, in the history of MOTU, we haven't had a plumber yet, right? So maybe this is not only a new figure in this line, but a first in MOTU, the first MOTU plumber.
Right. There's been a man at arms mastering the weapons. There's been a dentist.
We'd have a dentist. You're right.
There's a chef from Filmation.
There is.
So I mean, they got all the trades down now.
Well, except for turlets. A lot of people are saying plumber.
Plumber.
Ooh, janitor.
I like that.
It went past me too fast. Here we go. Punk with toys. He can fix Skeletor's throne in Snake Mountain.
That's right.
And choose Katie's toys. It's me, Fang-or. But yeah, there's a weird purple guy no one likes. I kind of want to ironically have one though, to be honest.
A Spectre?
A Spectre, yeah. Maybe you make him the plumber. Or I guess for him he should be the cemetery groundskeeper because he's tending to the dead.
Right. The specters.
Yeah, the specters, yeah. Oh my god, we just connected the dots. This is why I always think the lion is dying. It's because he is a specter.
Makes sense.
I'm
sure we'll probably get an explanation video.
Yeah, he's been dead the whole time. Sixth Sense. Didn't see that one coming. Very Shyamalan type twist. But Spectre, more like liar. Hold on, I got you on that one. Anyways, so yeah, Fang-or, really excited about this one. Yep. But I gotta tell you, John, we're all about the snake men, but what about the snake women, John? And that's why really excited that Lady Slither, another Axel Giménez design, but has never had a figure before, is getting a figure. John, thoughts on Lady Slither?
This is going to be a great one. This is if she has the tail and you can take it off and you can pop it on Snake Tila. And I mean the cape, if they do it just like this, awesome. It's about time. You know, every faction has their female. You know, there's Tila, got Evelyn, we got Shadow Weaver, all the pop characters, and it's finally like the snake men have a snake woman.
Yes. And I didn't even think about that, John. Yeah, because the way the torsos work, it's you could pop that on the Snake Tila.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dang, this is gonna be such a cool figure. I'm really excited for this.
I'm excited for this.
And it's gonna be Mattel Creations exclusive. Let's go back. I think it said August as well. No, I'm sorry. It'll be announced officially in September. And will launch in September. So interesting, they say pre-sale for Fang-or, and they say launching. Interesting. And she will have an elegant slip cover wrapped in snake scales with a bronze patina finished medallion on her face.
Huh. I wonder how they'll do her in. Does it say anything about the packaging?
Nothing about the packaging.
Because to fit that sort of tail body in the regular Origins bubble, it would either have to be a much thicker bubble, or could this be like our first figure that's not carded like that?
I'd be curious, to be honest. It's a really good point. Like the
unless the tail is just in two pieces, like if it articulates where it like curls down and you're gonna have to assemble it post opening.
Yeah, that's it's a really good point, because yeah, the traditional MOTU packaging probably wouldn't work. It'd have to be some type of deluxe packaging. And maybe because something I found interesting, in review is coming on the Point Dread set, which I got as well. That was all plastic free. No, it was wrapped in tissue paper like a MOTU.
Yep.
Or like a Hasbro plastic free release. This is a good point by Joseph K. Mossman packaging. Maybe they use that.
Yep. Maybe. I mean, I don't know the story of the character, but I wonder if she would come with legs.
I'd love it if she did. I mean, I don't know. To your point, yeah, I don't. Just like it's a cool character.
Like, is she like opposite King Hiss, where like his upper body turns into snake? Like, does her lower body like turn into snake?
Yeah. It's a really good point. It's kind of a. I never thought of King Hiss as the reverse mermaid thing. um, she's got legs, or maybe a snake tail. So, but we're going. We don't need legs. Okay, it said she does come with legs in the notes. Did I missed that in the notes? Am I seeing bronze Mattel finish on her face? So nothing about legs that I'm seeing. I can check the email again.
Get different notes.
Yeah, we got to compare notes. Let me just double check. Hold on, let me look in the email.
She has normal legs in the layer concept art.
Yeah, I'm saying in the notes from.
No, I'm just reading the comments.
Okay. Let's see. Lady Slither, note from the team. Lady Slither will have an elegant slipcover wrapped in snake scales with bronze patina finished medallion on her face. A nod to Medusa's head on Athena's shield. On the top of the slipcover, we have a bronze crest with the Snake Man logo. The back has character write-up of Lady Slither inside a bronze serpent frame. The front of the box features Lady Slither. So it seems like a box. The front of the box features Lady Slither commanding her troops. Fang-or, Viper, Stretch Neck, Rap Tillax from the Jamaican comics in the battle. On the card back, we have Lady Slither in her human form, featuring her interchangeable human legs. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Sitting on her throne inside her snake glare. To the left of Lady Slither is High Priest Pathanus, a character also designed by Axel. And to the right of Lady Slither is the red snake man fans recognize from Koldar's card back art.
Well, all right.
There you go. Huzzah. So she's getting legs. She's getting legs. And a snake bottom. Where did John get that wonderful Batman statue or toy?
Right here? That's that's a Jax Pacific. Is it Jax?
Yeah, I think so.
Jax. Colossal figures. It's one of the 48-inch Jax figures.
Mm-hmm.
They came out, I don't know how long that's been out, like 7-8 years, something like that.
Yeah, it's been because weren't those Toys R Us exclusives, the blue ones?
Yeah, the blue one was.
Yeah.
And then there's also the black and gray versions. But they made the turtles and stormtroopers, Vaders. They did a bunch in the colossal scale.
Yeah, I had a few of the turtles, the TMNT ones. I would always end up selling them because I don't have any room for them, but they're fun. They're really fun.
Doesn't the shell open on those? Like
the shell, and you put the weapons in the shell.
Mm-hmm.
They kept bringing them to Target, and then after Christmas they would always clearance them for like $20. So I'd buy them for $20. I'd have it in my room, and I'd be like, I don't have any room for this, and then I'd sell them at the toy show for $100. But the line is not dying from the looks of it. There's another question here. Do you guys really believe Mattel? What are we believing them about? I believe. I believe. But anyway, cool stuff on the MOTU front. John, what's your thoughts on Mattel's choice here to this is what I think with this move from Mattel, and I think it's really cool on their part, is they have seen just about every figure get spoiled by over like vendors, vendor lists, whatever.
Yep.
Getting leaked. And so by the time you see the figures, or it's time to announce the figures, you kind of already knew it was coming. So thoughts on this move to almost do the Hasbro pipeline reveal thing with MOTU? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? What's your thoughts, John?
I think it's a really good thing. It doesn't leave anybody hanging, because when we see those vendor lists, we we got to take it all with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Because most of those vendor lists just look like an Excel file or something. It doesn't look like an actual, when you like some vendor lists, it'll show like a generic picture. It says embargoed with the date.
Yep.
And, it looks official. A lot of the vendor lists we've seen lately, it's just, might as well just be a notepad list. So I think doing it this way, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Mattel gets to get ahead of all that. Everybody can sort of plan out their collecting, their own pipeline, what they want to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, to me,
and it restores faith, like that of what's coming.
Yeah. You're 100% right. It allows you to kind of foresee the pipeline coming up. To your point, like it leaks are fun in a way, but also just like I can't plan around a leak, because you just don't know. You just don't know if it's gonna be real or not or whatever. And it allows it to come from the true, like the single source of truth, which is Mattel. And they can just say like, hey, this is what's coming. And then you just know, what is there. And then it allows you to more, I think, to appreciate the reveal more, because it's like, oh, I know this already. I don't have to like pretend like, oh, but what about this thing that was leaked 7 years ago? Why haven't we ever gotten that?
Right. Because it was made up. Somebody just made it up.
Yeah. Which that can happen and does happen. And that's what makes it hard to like track those releases.
Yeah. And these really, I mean, they're not that far away. I mean, when we compare them to Hasbro's pipeline, which a lot of them are a year, 18 months, it seems like, because they just show a screenshot from a movie or a TV, one of the TV shows. But seeing this list with like definitive dates, like, September this day, June this day, like this is the launch day. This is the day you're going to be able to order it. Yep. That is awesome when, we're not guessing and saying, well, do you think we'll see it at Comic-Con? Do you think we'll see it like if there's another He-Man Day in October, if they do that again, because that seemed to be pretty popular. This is just, it's a nice concrete. This is it, it's nice. Trust me, bro.
The sad part is
I have 3 sources.
And one of those sources, a mutual friend, that's like almost verbatim what they say. My source is the sorceress.
Well done. Put it on a shirt.
Bravo. Hold on, I gotta give you applause. Well done, Hatter. Let's put a pin in that, Ragon, because I do think it's a fun topic to talk about. 3 dead sources. Damn, Joseph, getting dark. 3 cheers for toy sorceress in that case. Indeed, we all love toy sorceress here. My source is the crazy guy out behind Walmart. He's never wrong, never lost. You're all regular riots in here. Anyway, the other night Mega J whispered about a new playset coming, Slither's Lair, maybe. I don't know Mega J's sources. Jay, if you're around, why don't you
let us know?
Come on.
Let us know.
Reveal your sources.
Come out from behind the curtain.
Yeah, come on. Quit hiding from behind your Canadian firewall and tell us. Please smash the like button if you haven't done it yet. It's a great way to help extend the awareness of the Geek Dead liferys. So please do. Toy Connections. Mega J makes things up. He told me himself.
Ken's starting another beef.
Yeah, like just again, beefs are being thrown around. Oops, I didn't know this chat was in private. Orion, this is a great point. Looking like there may be a con exclusive 2 June release, August release, September release, but conveniently no July release. That is a great call out, Orion. It's a really good point. There's no way, right? There's no way there's not a Comic-Con release. Last year, it was a Masterverse. It was the 40th anniversary 2-pack Skeletor He-Man with the nice die cast parts, as well as the sweet Coke ring. That I know Hatter and I have used or not used. You'll never know. But so last year's Masterverse has to be Origins this year, right? I feel like
there could be 2. Why can't we get one of each?
Pikachu! Gotta drop that in there. But yeah, no, I don't know why not.
I don't think that Masterverse, the 40th anniversary 2-pack, I don't think that box could ever be topped with the Grayskull door shield on the front, and that's probably one of the best ones they've ever done.
It's really good. But you know though, the Origins, like the first one they released, that box set is really nice too.
Yeah,
with the mini comic and everything.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Really good set. Skeletor 4-pack, you kind of do the I don't want that. I'll just be real.
Although if Mattel did that as the San Diego exclusive, do you think it would boost the sales of it just having it be just the fact that it is the San Diego exclusive and not a Mattel Creations exclusive?
Because you get it there and it kind of creates that.
Yeah, just the hype of, I mean, you've said you've bought things there. You're at San Diego just for the fact that it's a San Diego exclusive and you have no connection to it.
Can I tell you what one is like shockingly the one that I still haven't opened or done anything with yet? That it is shocking that I haven't.
Which one?
From last year's Comic-Con? The Dungeons and Dragons set, like the Lost Wave.
Oh, I opened mine and sold it.
I didn't even open it. It's still sitting in the box. Like I recently tidied up the room because there's going to be people here this weekend, and I was just like, oh crap! I forgot about this, and I didn't do anything. Even though I love LJ and Dungeons and Dragons, it would look. I have a display. It would fit with the display. I'm looking at my Fortress of Fangs playset right now, and no, it's still sitting in the box. Yeah, see, nada. There's Fortress of Fangs. No Lost Wave there. Nothing. So, I do too. I do too. All right, John. Axel Giménez also kind of teasing and leaking a little bit here. So his Instagram is either sharing sweet gains pics or
it's one of two things. It's gains or art.
Sweet gains or art and or teases. So what's your thoughts on his gains last week? No, I'm just kidding. Actually, you look great. I wish I could be as buff and cut as you are, but I just can't do that work. But what's your thoughts on this hero tease? Is it a hero tease? What is this?
I think this is a packaging tease. Okay. I think this is a power of Grayskull packaging tease. More so
not a hero tease.
Well, I think that's part of it, but I think this is more so just to drum up the interest in the new logo change for next year, because this year's this is the year of the Snake Men packaging.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to follow that timeline where it'll go into the Grayskull just like in the 80s or what was supposed to happen.
Yeah. And
I think 2024 will be the Grayskull, Powers of Grayskull year for the packaging. So I think that's what this is more so for over hero.
I'm cool with that, right? Because I think it's the prevailing theory that 2024 it'll shift from Snake Men to Powers of Grayskull, and I'd be absolutely okay with it. Do you think? Because this is the Super 7 hero, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you think that they'll all have this wider card, or will they still stick to the classic MOTU card shape that Origins has used so far?
I think it'll go back to the classic narrow card. I mean, this is Super 7's doing with
Yes, it is.
because if you look at the prototype hero card,
Mm-hmm.
it was narrow. It was never a deluxe. This is just Super 7's doing to fit the staff in there. Whether or not they make adjustments and make a shorter staff to fit in the bubble on the narrower card, or they just decide to do hero as a deluxe figure in Origins.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that this is all about the logo.
Okay. I'm cool with it either way, because we've talked about we want the dinos, we want the giants, we want hero, we want them all, Eldor, we want it all. We want it all. So sure, let's do it. Now there are, and I'm already seeing it here, but like Alf, I'm cool with Powers of Grayskull. What about the Horde? They better finish up the mighty Horde. That's how I read your caps, my friend. Thoughts on that? Is this? But you know what? Okay, let me share my thoughts, and I'll get your take on this too, John. I'm okay with it because it still leaves a lot to be like. You do Powers of Grayskull in 24, and then you do Horde in 25, and Horde could be both Princess of Power and the Horde. You have a whole 25 slate, you know. Like, but what's your thoughts, John?
I mean, I think that they'll package Horde figures in Grayskull card backs and just put the Horde logo on the bubble. And I mean, we've got quite a bit of the Horde. We haven't like fleshed out like any new characters outside of like, you know, red Horde troopers or the black colored Horde troopers. But I mean, we have Hordak. Yeah, but we've gotten 2 Hordaks. We got Buzzsaw 2. We got Mantenna. We got Grizzlor. We got Leech.
Yep.
You know, we need at least Modulok for, you know, the main. I think that's like the main team.
Yep.
And Shadow Weaver. And then, you know, start throwing in all the other figures that were sort of have been overlooked. But if they do Dragstore, they got to do it with a wheel in the chest. Don't like don't phone it in like Classics did and just have a little sculpted.
It was just like a whatever, like a rubber nub.
Yep.
A wheel nub.
What is that? What is that? A nub? That's gross.
Is that a third nipple? But yeah, I agree. I think I don't think it being Cows of Grayskull negates the potential for more Horde figures.
Nope.
It's like I think Allison, I just plussed it in a little bit earlier, said Horde was around at this time. So
yeah,
plus it in there.
I mean, the Horde and the Snake Men were like the prevailing, you know, bad guys from the Grayskull years.
Great frenemies of the era. So yeah, I think exactly, Chandler. I'm not optimistic about Dragstore after Road Ripper. That's a fair point, James. But at the very least, you could put a wheel there. Like, maybe just have the ripcord thing, but give him a wheel.
Right.
Pete's sake.
You can still throw them around, roll them around the floor.
Scott and I couldn't spring for a real wheel for Dragstore. That was, to me, like when Classics started going back. Like Rio Blast is another one that's not a good Classics figure. It just isn't. Where they just started using that rubbery armor to basically make the figure kind of look like the vintage counterpart.
Right.
The NA Skeletor as well. There's a good list of Classics figures in the later years of that line where they were cutting corners and trying to maximize revenue potential. And again, I get it. I'm not saying that it wasn't done to try and just make it happen and it wouldn't have happened otherwise, but even us at the time are like, these are not good or as good as the earlier stuff.
No.
So no, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this for sure. But yeah. And then, just John, for After Dark tonight, for any of our patrons, $5 and up, I wanted to talk about what it is to this is like the first time doing the figures reviews, and then being a part of announcing news at like we've done a few big reveal days too so far on the channel, and we joke that we're official shills now or whatever, but I thought some people might be interested to kind of or at least have me walk through what this is like and how it all works and everything like that. So for tonight's After Dark episode is Geek Shill Life, and I'll basically just go over this past week because we got these figures to review that I'm still working on. I did the Whiplash earlier this week, and then the Point Dread Talon Fighter will be up next week, and then this news that we're as our lead topic for tonight. So for any of our patrons for After Dark, main topic is Geek Shill Life, as well as our toy hauls. And John, if you have any other updates on the storefront side, last week it was a lot of that, so you may not want to dig into it all or talk about it as much as you want to or not. That's totally up to you. But the main topic will be Geek Shill Life, and kind of walking through, if you're ever curious, like, I don't know, what does the company ask you to do? Like, or like, how do they send it to you? Or like, I don't know, what are the expectations and all that kind of crap. Maybe it'd be interesting. So, heroes and shillings. But anyways, yeah, we'll be talking about that. All right. Blackface, I want to be a paid shill, bro. Please, Mattel. Yeah, and we're not paid, so there's no money there for sure. Guys, you won't be shills if you just become close friends of the CEO Mattel. Them's the rules. That's the trick. We need to become friends with the CEO. See,
you should probably have him on. Like, send him the invite.
Yes,
and
make him a regular guest host of Toy Geeks,
and then he'll just naturally become a friend. It's just going to happen.
And then we will be or won't be shills. I can't remember. I think then we're saved from shillage. Matt Hatter, main question is, what is the price of your soul? We'll talk about that in After Dark tonight on Geek Show Life, Matt Hatter. Anyway, you won't be exactly. We've got to do that, and then we won't be shills officially. All right, John, other things not related to Mattel, because there's a lot of other things going on. G.I. Joe Classified, his tank updates. I feel like this is really weird. I'm not doing a good job of keeping track of these. Are you keeping track of these things?
Not really. I've seen, like, when was this one?
Let's see. When was this?
I think I seen one last week, but it wasn't so much the his tank, but rumors of another classified project for Haslab. But what is this one about?
So this one, top secret memorandum, General Clayton Abernathy. And so basically it's kind of saying that, they need to release something. Where is it? Once presented with irrefutable evidence to terrorist activity sponsored by Cobra, Haslab agreed to work in tandem with G.I. Joe weapons developers to mass produce a Joe vehicle with significant counter-strike capabilities. I will need your full authorization to move forward with these plans. The Joe team will need some new recruits as well. Let's put out a call. We want the best and brightest to join the operation. My full report with recommendations should be ready early June. So to me, this says whatever the next Haslab may be announced soonish.
Still think it's a Dragonfly.
You're still on Dragonfly?
Yep.
Okay. Counter-Strike would be a tank buster. It's a Dragonfly.
It's gotta be. I am surprised though if they do the campaign prior to people getting it in hand, the his tank.
Yeah. That's true.
Because I'm trying to remember. The Galactus went live after people got their Sentinel, right?
It was around the same time, or people got them around the time it was funding. So you could announce in June, but damn, yeah, you'd want if it's announced.
What is what's the arrival date for the Hiss tank? What's it supposed to be?
I think it's this summer, isn't it? Right? I think because it's like usually a year, so I would think it would be.
I would,
A
yeah,
year
you
later.
would think that it was shipping soon. Because didn't the
shipping fall 2023.
Okay.
So your concern here is taking another Haslab backer without this one out.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they haven't proven themselves. I mean, the Haslabs have all been really well done. The Proton Pack outdid itself. The Sky Striker.
Yep.
I mean, everything has been great.
Yep.
With a few, loose knees on oversized figures, but
yes. That's really, I mean, that's a good point. That's really, I guess, I think, now again, I don't own one. I never owned one, so I don't know as well, but the Unicron had some issues as well. Like it wasn't perfect.
Okay.
Mad Hatter, here we go. Hasbro, first Hasbro Mattel crossover, King Hiss tank.
the Hiss tank Megatron didn't sell so well.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Rumor is Dragonfly makes the most sense. There you go. I'm waiting for the Hooba snake. I would love for the green shirts. Yeah, Doc, Zap, Grunt, Wild Bill. Just throw them in.
Mm-hmm. Hooba snake.
And I agree, Stanley. With Yo Joe June coming out, delivery window at one of those for sure. Makes perfect sense for us to get that.
Yeah.
If they don't release it at the beginning of Yo Joe June, it might cross streams with Star Wars Haslab. It's confirmed to be the Ewok Village. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think the concern always is like if they stack them like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The dollar can only go so far for us collectors.
Right. Yeah. Then things are just getting more expensive.
Yeah. Agreed. But still, I'm happy for whatever it ends up being. But I'll have to factor in size. Like I want whatever the counterpart to this Hiss tank on the GI Joe side. I want it to be able to or at least in my mind, display both at once without it being too difficult to display both, like going at each other.
Yeah, you'll have to hang the if it's a Dragonfly, you'll have to hang it.
Which again, that works well for a display, just because you can then kind of stagger it a little bit more and kind of have like the helicopter pier and the tank.
Mm-hmm.
That so versus a vehicle, you kind of have both like this, and you have dead space up here. So air vehicle is cool because then you kind of have a vehicle up here, another vehicle down here, and you kind of have figures on the ground. Like, you know what I mean? Like for me, when I'm doing a display, I like to fill up the space and have different sections and tiers of space filled out, as opposed to just all flat. But yeah, exactly. We have a Marvel Haslab coming. We have a Star Wars Haslab coming, and seemingly we're gonna have another GI Joe Haslab coming, potentially all around the same time. And then you could, because of that, very well have another Rancor situation. And who's gonna be the Rancor out of that list? John, I gotta tell you, who's the Rancor between Marvel and I know they watch the show from time to time, the Marvel, but between Marvel, Star Wars, and GI Joe, if it's a giant man, is that the Rancor of that trio?
I think it could, if it's Ewok Village, Dragonfly, Giant Man. Giant Man takes the fall.
I think so. I hate to put a negative cloud over it. Maybe they all three back just fine, right? Because Rancor had issues beyond just it being a Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if it's just the weakest link of those, I think
it's Giant Man.
I don't think we'll get a GB Haslab tell the new movie. I think Giant Man is not the Haslab. Grow up. Oh, come on, Mr. Confirm it. Let us know.
Yeah, what's it gonna be?
Yeah. It's a snowcat, right? I guess they tease something like that, yeah.
Oh, I hope it's. I mean, I like the snowcat, but I hope it's not a snowcat.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Ooh, okay. Here's this scenario. What if it's Dragonfly, Quinjet, and the Ghost? Is it Star Wars?
Quinjet.
Quinjet Ghost still? You still say Ghost wins out?
I think so. I don't know. Is the Quinjet like that important for?
I don't think it's a top. It's not a top 5 iconic Marvel vehicle.
Mm-mm.
Maybe not even top. Maybe top 10. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, shows how much I know about Marvel. Has the Quinjet been around since like early days? Is it like the X-Men's? Is it the X-Jet? Is it their, or is it more so MCU introduction?
I'm guessing it's probably before the MCU. But I think, John, to your point, the fact that you, as a casual Marvel fan and somebody that knows a lot about pop culture in your profession, the fact that you don't immediately know, I think answers the question, right?
Right.
Because even a casual knows the X-Men Blackbird,
Mm-hmm.
the Fantastic Four,
Fantasticar,
thank you. Like a casual knows those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the helicarrier for sure is more iconic than the Quinjet. But the helicarrier, like, god dang, we're just gonna, is that our USS flag? Like,
right? Is that? Can they just do part swapping and turn it into a flag?
Yeah. And I agree. I think the Wakanda jets are more iconic than
Mm-hmm.
the Quinjet. So yeah, 1969 Quinjet.
Oh wow.
Mango Repro Spider-Mobile. Yeah, even casual fan knows more about the Spider Buggy than Quinjets. I'd agree. So yeah, again, this may be all conjecture. What do we know till we know? We'll have to see how it plays out. But that's if I was CEO of Hasbro, which I'm not.
We should make friends with him too. Send him an invite.
BFFs. Chris Cox. What's his name?
We'll introduce him to the CEO of Mattel. They can become best friends.
And they'll become.
I mean, just like in Step Brothers.
Yeah. We used to become best friends.
Yep. Want to go do karate in the garage? Yep.
But if I was CEO for a day, if I was wearing the crown, I would be concerned. Again, stacking them up like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, keeping his gatekeeping ways. Filthy casuals are not buying Haslabs. That's Muggle talk. You know all the toy CEOs watch, I'm sure. All of them.
That's where they get their news. How we doing? What's the performance like?
No, they probably have like, if again, not even that would happen, but if they did, they would have some poor intern like watch it and take notes and then send them a recap or something.
They have like a toy tuber ticker running in their office.
Wait, what do they say? Copyright strike. Shut them down. If I were CEO of the Haslabs, God, exactly. Once the Brinks charts drop,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're practically CNBC at that point,
Right. We
what's
are
it,
the
we are
the investor meetings.
Yeah, it's just like, bye. Hey, good point, Tony Taylor.
Yep.
Technically, I'm a toy co-CEO and I watch weekly. That's it.
That's it.
It's like once you get an Oscar nomination, like Oscar nominated. So now we can say watched by. We've seen one more. Oh, but Beducci's. They're 2 co-CEOs. So there we have it. Watched by toy CEOs.
There's an apostrophe in there. CEOs.
Yeah, we got multiple, as in plural. You best watch yourself. Building security type YouTube. All right. What else? What other big toy news? I guess we got next NECA Gargoyle.
That's right. That's right.
Are people still buying these? I know they are. I'm not. But
I don't know who's buying these.
At least they're doing the wing thing. I don't know. They look great though. Lexington looks great. He's a smaller dude. I would think in this scenario, it looks like since his wings kind of he's like a bat, right? They kind of connect between his arm and his side and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So his wings have to be more malleable because of that. Even though they're not connected exactly the same way as he is in real life, or IRL, as the kids say. But again, this is just another instance of he has bendy wings.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't just do this the whole time, NECA.
It's just too flappy. There's just too much for Goliath. There'd just be too much.
That's just what I do with this. Just flappy wing skin. Yeah. Yeah. That's an actual direct quote from the NECA CEO at the meeting when they presented the figures.
Right. For the test. It's like, what is this?
What is this wing skin? No. Matt Hatter, I'm buying them boys. They kind of suck, but they're also nice. How often, John, is this our explanation for a toy line that we buy? Like, I feel like it happens more often than it should sometimes, where we kind of hang around too long with a toy line.
Yep. It's more often than not. And even this phrase. This was how we explained Tankhead He-Man figure earlier in the show. Kind of sucked, but it's nice.
Sucks, but it's nice. This is the point where if a toy collector's spouse watches the show, they would use a video clip in the court of public opinion to explain how stupid our toy collecting habits are. But I mean, again, it looks nice. I still need to do my video on all these gargoyles, vintage figures I got. But for those that collect these, it does look cool. Even if the wing flaps look weird with his hands down, I gotta admit.
Yeah. Maybe that's gonna be the problem with this figure. It's they don't like drape downwards. It's just gonna be like an upward fold. You know what I mean? It's like how it shows there.
It's funny, they still haven't figured out the wings. We're a couple years into this thing.
It's too late to change. It's too late.
You're telling me you had bendy wings this whole time? Rob Monty, $2 super chat. Joy Toy WH40K Robots Gilliman reveal this week. I have no idea what that is. John, you know what that is?
Warhammer. But
Warhammer.
I know that means Warhammer. That's all I know. I don't know anything about.
All right, we're gonna Google it.
Yep.
I'm worried now that it says Joy Toy, so just be prepared. I don't want to get demonetized. UH40K. This is why you tune in live, because you never know what could happen. And people have found out a flaw in the super chat system. Or you could exploit it. Damn, this thing is awesome. Holy crap.
Did McFarlane do one like this? Like, obviously not this exact figure, but this character or whatever. It looks familiar. It looks familiar. Because isn't McFarlane doing Warhammer stuff?
Oh, this dude's cool.
Look at that sword.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. It's just Julius Caesar in an armor suit. I'm cool with that, I guess. Et tu, Brute?
What's the price on this guy?
Yeah, let's see price. $125 for what I'm seeing in the chat, a 3.75 inch scale. So if we thought a 20 that was expensive,
that's 3 3/4 scale.
So 3 3/4 inch.
Oh wow. It's cool, but the price sucks.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you got that kind of money to spend, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
Joy Toy at the price of champagne. Yeah, I couldn't swing 125 on a 3 3/4 inch. Oh, he's 7 inches. Okay.
Oh, so he's in scale with 3 3/4 figures. Gotcha.
Okay. Still spendy.
Okay, so a 7-inch figure for 125.
Yeah. Ryan Dole, that will be my armor when I push St. Paul out of the way and gatekeep heaven. Oh, God help us all if he becomes new St. Paul. None of us are getting in. That's very cool. Thank you for that super chat and putting it our way in front of our eyes. John, just one last little thing here. Gotta talk about it. I think we put it on geekdadlife.com. How about I don't really buy Legos all that often anymore, John. Mainly because I just don't have rooms for them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got this glow in the dark Thundercats Cheetara, cool. I'm sure it's gonna be $75, so it's gonna be a pass automatically. But if you need it, cool. But this ad tricks.
What the? Oh wow!
I was like, wait, oh my God!
What is that? It's an after dark ad.
Yeah, I'm not clicking on it. Not gonna click on it. Let's keep moving. Where is it? There we go. This Batman return. It's there again. Stop it, Google AdSense. How does this relate to a slot car race set? Go home, Google. You're drunk. Mad Hatter to Ryan Dole being gatekeeper. I'm Jewish. Joke's on you, Ryan Dole. Great Odin's Raven. Clearly we know where you shot. I guess apparently. Oh man. Anyway, John, what's your thoughts on this Shadow Box Batcave? I'm over the moon. It's way overpriced, $399, but yeah. I need it, John. But what's your thoughts?
This is probably like the quintessential Batman Lego set.
Oh,
it is. How they pulled this off, like being the shadow box open up like a suitcase.
Yeah,
the entire setup of this, the figures, it is unbelievable. I do want this, but it's a lot of money for just a boatload of black bricks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just It is.
Look how big it is. This is a
That's a
grown
little. That's
woman
a
for
little
scale.
table, a little person. Don't let that throw you.
She's kneeling. See, she's kneeling down. That's I again, I totally agree. It's way too expensive. Brick Something is here. He covers Legos more regularly than we do on this channel. But to me, the fact you're getting a Max Shrek, who's basically just Emmett Brown, almost, I think it's the same damn face application, but you're getting a Catwoman. You're getting just a 89 bat suit, or it looks more. I'm sorry, that's Batman Returns suit. You're getting the cool rubber cowl Batman. You're getting, a Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne. You're getting Alfred Pennyworth, and you're getting a somewhat Danny DeVito Penguin. And this Batcave, like, John, I gotta tell you, like, since in my young days of playing with Lego before they had licensed Batman figures, I would make Batcaves for like generic superheroes or whatever that I would be, world building with Lego. And when they finally got to license Batman stuff, I was kind of already outside of, playing with Lego's age, but I still wanted to make a cool Batcave Lego set. And I had a couple passes at it, but this is what I always imagined in my head is like you said, quintessential. This is like my most ideal form package ready Batcave. And it's so freaking cool.
Yeah. You know how, do you ever like look on Instagram and look like just Google people's mocks?
Yes.
And they are just out of control. Like, especially when they're like super super tall and like cavernous mountains and everything. And then like, I've seen some really unbelievable Batman ones.
Insane.
And like, this is like, I don't think this has been like a Lego Ideas, or this is not like fan created or anything like that, but this is like the most fan loved designed Batman set that they could have done. And I want this so bad, but it's expensive.
It is. It's spendy. So this is like I couldn't even ask Colleen to buy this for me. Like $400. That's kind of outside of reasonable. Honey, can you buy this for me? But still, I need to find a way. I need to sell something. I need to get some scratch together. I've been able to resist a lot of the Lego sets recently because they are really expensive, and I need to focus my spending on things that the channel or people that watch this channel like to see. God, I really need this.
We need Sideshow to start carrying Lego so we can have payment plans.
Ooh, yeah. Or just Lego do payment plans. They can make their own bank.
Yeah.
And but what I like about in terms of its displayability, you have multiple options. Like you can open it up like this, right?
Yep.
Or you could have it just set up as the shadow box. And something that I really like people are talking about, I'd like to see other Batcaves, is you could do that. You could have like a Batman Forever Batcave.
Right.
You could do a Batman Begins or Dark Knight or whatever. Like you could, start to stack these up and have like different Batcaves beyond just the Batman Returns one.
Right. And for every Bat logo, it changes.
Yeah.
The height will have to change because like Batman, like Pattinson's Batman. Yeah. The Bat logo is so thin. It would be like, it's going to be like this big. It's just where he parks his car. That's it. There's no cave.
But give me Fortress of Solitude. Let's start expanding to other things.
Oh yeah, with the Soups logo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I don't know. To me, I love this idea just because it's a big set. You can open up to have it be really big, or you could display it as the shadow box. You can kind of stack these up. And in terms of space danger, I feel like this is a really cool way to do the Batcave without it being gigantic or something. Or what they've done with the Batcave before, which is just kind of like it's in space and you have to either build your own cave or just imagine there's a cave there, Yeah, Daily Planet, Hall of Justice. So yeah, So anyway, I'm really excited for that set. Really, really excited. John, I think that wraps it up. I don't have any new Stump Johns for this week, so you're off the hook there, man.
Off the hook.
Off the hook. Actually closed like that. Exactly. I agree. It looks great closed. It looks good opened up. There you go. Thank for the Batcave crowdfund. Well, a great way you can help out is becoming a patron. And when you become a patron, even if it's just $5 or more a month, you get to come hang out with us after this show for the Geek Dad Life After Dark. And today we're talking about Geek Shill Life. If you've ever wanted to know what it's like when a channel gets, or works with a toy company to, talk about a toy, like from a big company like Mattel, come hang out. I'll talk about it in full candid ways. No stone unturned there. But coming up this week on the channel, speaking of that kind of stuff, Point Dread Talon Fighter set. My goal is to have this up and ready for you all to view on Tuesday. So definitely make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. I'll do this as a premiere as well, so we can do like a live chat while it goes live. Really excited for this one. The tagline right now in the thumbnail is better than the original. And my answer is yes and no. So there's amazing things and there's some not so amazing things. So definitely stay tuned for that review. You can see it's already right there on top of my Grayskull, if you've noticed that already. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. But I am a patron. Oh, well, double up your patronage. Patron plus, whatever you want to do. Lego Batcave giveaway. God, I wish. Toy collector, I ran late. Can you do the show over, please? Well, that's what's great about YouTube. You just go back, rewind, and just play it again. But anyways, let's see. How does Paint Tread stay on Grayskull without tipping it over? Maybe it's a part of maybe things that aren't so great about it. But anyway, you're going to have to stay tuned to see that review. But I think Pixel Dane has done one. Other people in the Mattel sphere have already done a review. But it's not my review, so you'll hear my perspective on that. Matt Hatter. Also, please consider unsubscribing from Toy Connections and Ryan Dole. Not permanently, just for a few weeks to humble those two. Oh my God. So anyway, come hang out with us in After Dark, and until next time, hasta luego, and goodbye. Have a great night, everybody.